Hi, I'm Paul Chartier. You're watching Heart of Gold. Thanks for tuning in. February being Valentine's month, we have on this month the American Heart Association. Joey Magra, the executive director.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Joey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Heart concerns, problems, heart health, it's a big thing, and people hear about sexy diseases.
Yeah.
Talk about the association and what you do and how significant.
Well, I appreciate it. And it is. It's a big concern across the nation, and then here in our state in particular. You know, this is the #1 killer of Americans still. When you combine heart disease and stroke, you come up with a number that's higher than all the cancer deaths combined. You know, it's a big number, and we're doing a lot of things to try to impact that number through the American Heart Association, education programs, advocacy work over in Frankfurt and DC, and then research work. And then our office here in Lexington and offices like it across the nation are responsible for funding those things. So we've been very fortunate. We just came off our best fundraising year ever here in Lexington, and we're very, very grateful for all the people here in our community who support us. And our 3 main events, our Heart Ball, our Go Red for Women luncheon, and of course our Heart Walk. Very, very grateful for our board of directors. We have a great board. We have a great board, and they are a working board, and they do so much for us.
It's a Hall of Fame board.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's real good. Very grateful for them. Very grateful for all our volunteers, and as a result of all those kind of things, we are impacting that number. While the number is still high, you know, it's coming down. It's down about 20% in the last 10 years as far as deaths are concerned. Most of that is you know, directly tied to medical advances, you know, drugs, stents, those kind of things. But, you know, the problem still lies with lifestyle. The problem is lifestyle, and you know, we'll talk about that throughout that'll be the ongoing theme throughout our discussion here tonight.
Yeah. So. And I think in the second half we'll talk about that, specifics about what's going on. What's with all the props
So
today?
we've got a lot of red here.
Yeah, what's going on here?
So the first Friday of February, February 7th, is National Wear Red Day. And that is an awareness day that the Heart Association and our friends with the National Heart, Blood, and Lung Institute have come up with as an awareness day. It's 10th anniversary of Wear Red Day, so we encourage all the folks watching to take advantage of that and wear red and bring attention to this disease. And in particular, the concept of women and heart disease. That's where the Go Red for Women movement came out of 10 years ago. That's where Wear Red Day found its roots, if you will. You know, we got looking as an association at the numbers years back, our predecessors did, and they said, you know, we're missing the boat here. We need to really focus on women. This is the #1 killer of women. Most women think that breast cancer is their #1 killer. Actually, 10 times more women die of heart disease as breast cancer. But we weren't doing a lot about it. Our research programs were male focused. Our education programs were male focused. And we just sort of left the ladies out of the picture. So we're doing a lot better with that. When Go Red started 10 years ago, 16% of women realized that this is the #1 killer of their #1 health concern, if you will. Now that number is up to 54%. So we're making a lot of progress, but we still have 46% of women we need to reach. And there are various issues that come into play with that. Symptoms can be a little bit different for women than men, or can be a lot different actually in some cases. Structural issues, you know, there were concerns even that emergency room visits where women were presenting with heart attack symptoms were actually being misdiagnosed as anxiety attacks, and women sent home from emergency rooms. That's all gotten a lot better, and Go Red is really at the root of that. We're very fortunate here in Lexington to have Kentucky One, St. Joseph, as our cause level partner for the last 6 years, and we hope to move forward with that as well. And as part of that partnership, we do an annual luncheon, and our luncheon took place back in November down at Lexington Center. Had nearly 700 ladies attend, all dressed in red. This was the TOPS issue, the TOPS and Lex issue that came out that month, and we're very grateful for Keith Yarber for putting that out for us, Miss Pat Host on the front, and some great stories in there, and you know, we've got a good thing going with our Go Red movement here in Central Kentucky, and we're impacting a lot of lives. So, yeah.
Probably controversial what's going to come out of my mouth. People might expect that.
Yeah.
Heart disease is not a sexy disease.
Yeah.
And it's internal. You can't see it. It may be going on. We don't even know about it. And we all love our moms, spouses, friends, girlfriends. We need women in our lives. We want them on the earth as long as they will be here.
Right.
We want that to happen. If as much time was spent in the gym taking care of hearts as money spent on cosmetics and time putting it on, if there was a balance there,
Yeah.
maybe they'd be having longer lives.
That, to some degree, just an awareness of the fact that this is the #1 killer, and making some lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
You know, women don't have the market on that. Us guys have to do that as well.
Right.
But, and I think one of the reflections we also need to have is how much stuff goes on in the lives of the women we love, how much stress is involved in their life. And I think we're going to show a video.
This 3-minute video captures how crazy lives can be for women and moms. So let's show the video, and then we'll come right back.
Yeah.
It started out like a totally normal day.
Mom!
Okay, move objection deadline to the 3rd line after survey. Oh, honey, for when you always use the verb start.
What are you doing down there? Did you finish your breakfast?
Ow. Don't hit your brother. I mean, you have to eat something. Here.
Okay, 5 minutes to carpool.
Where's my coffee?
You okay, Mom?
Oh, I'm fine. Sandwich orders. What do you want?
Almond butter and jelly.
Spaghetti.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine, sweetie.
I am so late. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, honey. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Acai, my favorite. See you guys later.
Wear your shoes. Put your shoes back on, please. You know, go help your sister. We're going in 3 minutes.
Oh my God, what am I doing?
I forgot to cut off the crust. Voila. Shoes on, potty if you need it.
Honey, get your sister.
Okay, get her. Nobody move.
I'm getting a dustpan.
Mom! I think you're having a heart attack.
Honey, do I look like the type of person who has a heart attack? I'm just gonna sit down.
I'm totally fine. Don't forget to wear the high socks with the shin guards.
Forget about the shin guards, Mom.
Come on, Mrs. Underdog is not gonna wait. Whoa. Okay. 9, 1, 1. Hi, sorry to bother you. I think I might be having a little heart attack. Nothing really, just some nausea, tightening of the jaw, dizziness, shortness of breath, muscle pain, achiness, this terrible pressure in my chest. Oh, really? They can be here in how long?
2 minutes. Can you make it 10? I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of my heart, and I tell the women in my life to do the same.
Sounds great, by the way.
That's nice, sweetie, but that's not my heart. That is. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Probably a little dramatic, but that probably happens more often than not.
It brings it home.
Yeah.
Women don't have time for a heart attack. They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't.
right.
And I know from obvious personal experience with my wife and all the things that are going on in her life and all the things on her mind and taking care of family and husbands and parents and all that kind of thing. it's difficult. And to find time for yourself, to have a realization that you need to take as much care of your heart as you do any other part of your body is very, very important.
Joe, you've got a great website, and for people watching, it's better to be proactive than reactive. Once you have that heart attack, it's
so
survival time.
Ladies, if they would, please check out goredforwomen.org. If you want general information, our national website is heart.org. And both of those are very, very good. And they go all the way from layman materials all the way to, our journal articles are available on there as well. So yes, using those and checking those things out. There are a lot of good assessment tools that we have on those websites, both on GoRed and on heart.org. And I would encourage people to take a look at those and just see where they fit. And most importantly, when you do go see your physician, again, talk to them as much about your heart as any other part of your body. And that's very, very important.
And we'll be talking about lifestyle in the second half. But when people, we all do this, we're playing around, we're looking at, this website, that. Look up your website and really focus on, we focus on our jobs, our neighbors, our kids, our church, our this, our that. How much time do we have to look at ourselves? So please be selfish, take some time, get on the website, and look at these symptoms and look at what you may have, what you can prevent, and make some lifestyle changes, because your loved ones want you around a whole lot longer.
Very, very much so. Very much so. One group that we didn't thank a moment ago, Paul, in regard to our luncheon, the art that we have here on the table and behind us. This came from art students over at the Lexington School, and then we had some also had some art from the kids at Sayre School for our luncheon back in November, and we're very, very grateful for those kids for helping us out as well. And those moments gave our board an opportunity to go in and do some educational programs with those kids to learn about why they were doing what they were doing and the impact of heart disease on women here in Central Kentucky, and learn a little bit about what we've been talking about as well.
Before we begin the second half of the segment, a young man from Henry Clay has done something significant.
Yeah.
What has he done?
This young man is going to attempt to teach CPR to all 500 of his classmates in the senior class over at Henry Clay High School. And as a result of that, and as a result of some other efforts that dovetail into this, our advocacy department has actually introduced legislation over in Frankfort to make that a requirement of kids graduating high school in Kentucky that they learn CPR. So that's a very, very important legislative effort. Of course, the Smoke-Free Kentucky effort will be coming up over in Frankfort again too, and we sure encourage folks to support those two things as well.
Before we take our break to have you back, please once again thank St. Joe's Kentucky.
Yeah, we're very, very grateful for them. 6-year partners on the Go Red for Women movement. We're very grateful for their help and support, and look forward to carrying on into the future. So,
we'll be right back with Joey Maggard to talk about specifics about proactive, what you need to do, the signs, African American women, and so on. We'll be right back. I'm Paul Sharkey.